Mrs. Charming, I'm Dr. Emily. I'm glad to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
It's time for your session.
Thank you.
One's asking to go dancing. It's not like that.
So you were referred by Bob, the court jester?
Oh yes, Bob. He's so funny. He said that he's been coming to you for years for his self-esteem issues. And, you know, he's always putting himself down in court and, you know, and so is everybody else. That must really suck for him.
Mrs. Charming,
Okay, please, call me Cindy. Everyone in the castle does. They know that I think that Mrs. Charming sounds a little frumpy. So,
would you prefer princess?
you know, I thought that I would, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Maybe that's where we should start. What did you think it would be like being married to a prince?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it would be fun. I thought we would go out every night and hang out with the knights and their ladies, and I would be waited on hand and foot, and like, you know, I'd be away from my stepsisters and their funky stepmom, God rest her soul. But, and it is all those things, but it's also...
It's also what?
It's boring. Oh my God, is it boring? There's like nothing to do, ever. I mean, I am half tempted to put out your fireplace and clean it because it would be better than sitting around the castle doing nothing all day.
Well, then it's lucky I have a fireplace.
Oh. No, I'd really rather not.
Not that bad, huh? Okay. But, you know, I would think a princess would have a lot of things to do.
Nope, not for a girl. They give you this big spiel about how your prince will rescue you from this terrible life and everything will be hunky friggin' dory. But royal life? Not so great. The most useful thing that I do all day is sit around and look pretty. I mean, if you do something like, say, sneak into town or something, they don't take that so great.
I heard. Actually, it was all over the tabloids. It's like people thought you were running away from the prince.
And I wasn't. I just wanted some freedom. And did you see what they printed? Now, the harlots down by the docks have gotten glass slippers made up just like my wedding shoes, and they're wearing them to attract their men. I am so mortified. And the prince doesn't care. He's never around.
He isn't around much.
No, he's always out slaying dragons or whatever.
Oh boy. I guess that's what princes do. They try to protect their people by slaying the dragons, but that must suck.
It does suck. I mean, he went through all this trouble to find me, and then I had every girl in the kingdom try on my shoe, and for what? Now I have fungus under my toenails, and he's never around. It's like, now that he has me, he doesn't want me. What is up with that?
I don't know. I think, though, that they still want girls to dream of this proverbial prince on the proverbial white horse who's going to come and sweep them off their feet and carry them away to live happily ever after.
Well, they're doing a good job spreading that lie. Why didn't somebody warn me? I mean, they think that you'll get taken away from all this and it'll be hunky-dory. Hey, guess what? Your happy ending isn't going to be so happy. Why didn't somebody warn me?
I don't know.
It's like... why couldn't someone teach me to save myself. You know, I don't have a horse or a sword or anything, but all I would have had to do was get myself away from my sisters and my crazy stepmother, God rest her soul. But I couldn't do that. And why not?
Well, your stepmother wasn't a very good candidate for teaching you how to save yourself. She was more interested in having you clean the fireplace.
Yeah, but why couldn't I save myself?
Well, actually, Cindy, you could. But you just didn't know how. And you didn't know that you could.
But it's so hard. I can't, even now, while I have this pampered life, I can't see how to make myself, get myself into a better situation. I'm stuck in this castle with this man that's hardly ever there, and it just sucks, you know?
I don't know. I can only try to imagine. What's he like when he's around the castle and not out slaying dragons?
He's okay, you know? He's nice and good looking and everything, but he's got this weird obsession with my charm school teacher. I thought that I loved him. But wow, I didn't even know him. We have nothing in common. Like, our conversations are just like blah.
That must be really difficult.
It is difficult, and I just wanted my happy ending, you know? Is that so much to ask for?
Well, apparently it is. What are you going to do about it?
What do you mean?
Well, you said before you couldn't rescue yourself. Why can't you do that now?
Because I can't. It seems like I've already had so much help. It seems like asking for any more would be too much. I had a prince, a fairy godmother, glass slippers that will now, from the end of eternity, be known as hooker heels. It seems like asking for any more would be too much.
It sounds like you're feeling like you should be grateful for all this stuff. On the other hand, what I'm really hearing is that you feel rejected and abandoned.
You know, I do. So what do you suggest I do?
Well, I think we better take this up at our next meeting because time is up for today.
Okay, so I'll see you same time next week?
Same time next week.
I'm not asking to go dancing. I'm not that dumb anymore. It's exhausting to keep smiling when your toes are bleeding on the floor. It's a gory sort of story that's been told 100 times before.